Hey Battle Buddies and Healthy Heroes, welcome to the October closing event for the 2023 season of Alliance LARP New Hampshire.
And is it when one of us pops, we just stop rifting?
Yeah.
Watch me NPC our brand new, cosmically terrifying, difficult to deal with monster, the Loom Crawler. I'm here to narrate some battlefield and some plot staff insights for you.
Can I warm up my wrists by smacking you?
Yeah.
Let's get prepared.
Oh, you want to defend yourself. I see how it
You
is.
just wanted to hit me. Two longs is
We
good,
as a
right?
plot staff, we're making adjustments on the fly for these guys.
200 body swing and 10
trust you
body.
Just stat yourself
This fight is only the second time this monster has ever been out.
and come in ASAP.
I do also recommend the gems.
Keeping tabs on
Because I
the
don't think we
weekend
have enough
specific
time to
treasures
get all
going
the
out.
gems out if they're not treasure every time. Do we swing more from behind? Should we be 5 body and 10 body? We don't have a bunch of high levels.
I tend to err on the side of throttling too
And
much.
body is harsh. People are living in their armor.
Okay.
Why don't we swing normal?
I'm pretty nervous about the concept of
Fives and
PCs
tens?
losing.
Okay, we were also toying with the idea of them being susceptible to solidify and banish because they're extra planar from the loom.
Okay.
So
Solidify would prevent them from rifting for 10 seconds.
we said got it alters effect. Okay, and what if they banish us because we're extra planar?
I err on the side of making it a little too easy,
Got it,
and I'm
I'll
not
put it
very
back.
confident
Okay.
in my statting
Got it, it's
abilities or
Let's
expertise.
come out like 5-10 feet apart.
That's why you
and,
work
like,
with a whole
do
staff to
rifting.
double check all of your
Yeah.
stats and plots.
I rifted. So it's like
Yeah, to get it
to like
understood.
Our premiere of this monster was on Friday
start,
night. It was
and I'll go
dark.
second.
And the teleporting we did was scary.
Like we'll size up the town for a minute. Like we won't even engage. We'll just rift and scare them for a while.
Almost a little too much.
Yeah.
So we decided to play them in the morning sun on Sunday.
And don't engage right away. Size it up.
We'd keep our rogue rifting a little farther back and not get too much of a jump right onto the PCs. As it is, an instantaneous
I rifted.
rift rather than a 3 count is already a special effect that makes these monsters faster
I
than
rifted out.
normal. Definitely scary. So we adjust our statting and our positioning strategy accordingly. Now, as we stalk around here, the PCs begin to realize and communicate to each other that we are, in fact, one monster who is teleporting.
I rift out.
They think we might be one of the normal crunchy monsters, the little memory eaters, but nope, we are way bigger than them. This fear and panic is exactly the effect we wanted. This is our monster that we bring out around Halloween time for our spookier events. In-game, it's called the Thinning of the Veil, this sort of
I rift out.
spooky and unpredictable season in the fall.
I rift in.
Watch out, goblin guy! Weapon strike slow!
Quincy has
Got it.
some good rogue mustering here. He pushes in really well against Worm Shield, the dwarf there.
5 body. I rift out.
This rifting effect plays and feels kind of like a swarm effect, which is a mechanic that we commonly see on some of the bigger monster cards. When a monster gets too surrounded, they get a special ability. When you are swarmed, you can do something extra.
Head on a swivel, guy.
5 body. 5 body. Got it. 5 body. 5 body. I rift out.
However, this fast rift is even more versatile than a simple swarm because we can use it for that flavor of prowling around, the fear-mongering. And once they start to try to square up and engage with us, it essentially becomes more of a swarm escape.
I rift in.
But we can teleport without being swarmed. Get that psychological fear-mongering.
5 body. 5 body. Got it. 5 body. I rift out.
What I love about being a Loom Crawler is the constant positioning. Even when I am not the one present and fighting, I have to keep vigilant and be ready to pop back in as a teleport. Be in an appropriate spot. Not too close, but definitely behind them. Enough to be startling.
I'm worried about these other guys.
Keeping my weapons very clearly on my head to signify that I am not actually there in-game. Until it's my turn to teleport in.
Hey, there it is!
Now, when I run out of body
Down.
and I drop,
Poofed. Well, when I went down, it went to that guy.
I should have fallen as if I was down, but said I riffed out rather than down. Because we are only one teleporting monster, and Albert was the one with the treasure. So some moments of potential confusion or frustration for the PCs there. But the more familiar they get with the monster, the more they'll see how it works. And the more familiar I get playing the monster, the clearer I can make my calls. Again, this is only our second time having these Loom crawlers out. You see Nick out there as well, NPCing a little memory eater. Not every monster on the field has to be the same thing. So even one tiny little crunchy guy with much smaller stats can distract and contribute to the chaos and excitement.
Wait, like in a minute maybe?
Here's a thought.
So, but like the question is, if I take a slow, it would affect you too, because we're the same thing.
Technically, yeah.
So we need to stay close enough to each other that we like know what affects the eyes on the other one.
How does a teleporter, a two-bodied monster,
do we want to come in before the
deal
memory
with
eater or
taking
let Nick spawn
effects?
again? Like, how do you want to do it?
I want to come from opposite sides.
Opposite sides. Okay, do they seem froggy enough that we can just go again?
Yeah.
Okay, 200 body, 3 phases, 5s, 10s. Okay.
We tried to keep track of these things, but maybe there's some sort of mechanic we can add to the card to make that easier? What do you think? How would you, as a writer, try to portray a monster that teleports? Time for our second life. And that's another thing about statting and throttling. Touch base with your staff, with your marshals. Just talk to other writers in between lives or in between waves to see if the pacing feels appropriate, if the PCs are up for more, if the right amount of pressure or fear or the effect that we want, flavor-wise and plot-wise, is being conveyed in the battle.
I rift in. Five body. Five body.
Six normal. Six normal.
Five body.
So I'm squaring up pretty good here against Worm Shield the Dwarf.
Five body. Five body.
And Albert is watching it. So by the time I rift out, he rifts in fast. Because we know Will, that player, he's an experienced LARPer and he loves tough combat.
Five body. I rift out.
So we know he is up for getting the jump on like that. Know your audience. Know who you can play against strategically and what makes it fun for them. So I have to run to reposition since Albert ran in fast when he teleported.
I rift in.
Get out of here.
Five body. Five body.
Four normal.
Finding force out phase.
It is super fun synergy and motion when you're playing a two-bodied NPC teleporter like this.
Five body. Five body. Five body. Five body. Five body. Got it. Five body. Five body. I rift out.
Never stop moving, staying on the edges of the field as much as possible. I'm not putting myself directly in amongst the PCs when my weapons are on my head and I'm out of game.
Five body. Five body. Five body. Five body. Five body. Five body.
It's not very considerate to insert yourself too deep into the action when you are not actually present in game. And you know, even when we're on stage, if we realize that the PCs might be getting overwhelmed or frustrated,
I rift in.
taking a little break to prowl around, taking a little breather, it's totally allowed for throttling and chasing purposes.
Five body. Five body.
100 lightning.
Blown. 100 lightning. That's a call you can make.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't know about that. Phase.
Cool.
Five body. Five body. Down. Poof. I rift out.
I did a better job this time explaining that
When my body went shoof, it went shoop.
as I drop, I actually just riffed for that final teleport. The PCs are starting to understand what this guy is and how it works. And it's not a complicated card. Like, it's just damage with a couple defensives and this teleporting thing. A simple mechanic that really get the effect that we want, which is making them figure out how to work together, making them figure out how to stay vigilant on an entire battlefield. That perceived threat level, that we could be anywhere and we move quickly. It doesn't have to be complex to achieve the plot effect that we want, to establish the flavor of the weekend. Spooky and threatening. Even just to feel that way, without crazy high numbers or crazy complicated mechanics. So I head back to Albert to check in, since we've both been beaten, The teleporting loom crawler is down. The PCs get their treasure. And now we head back to backstage to plan other plots and other monsters.
Someone to use a live spell who does not want to use one, they will be upset. Go back to being limited.
Yeah, I think so. I think we can be done with loom crawlers. Okay.
Come join the battle at alliancelarp.com.
So they can just get some memory eater crunch if they need more. And then more goblins are coming.